Hi guys, so today I'm coming to show you some of the things I ordered off of Revolution recently. I've also got like two little makeup tutorials slash reviews, one of which is this look here, which is the second look that I'll include in this video, kind of testing out these products and giving you my first impressions, my kind of overall thoughts on that. I kind of wish I did it for the Jack and Sally Nightmare Before Christmas collection now, but alas, I haven't done that. Maybe I'll come back and do a little video with that another time, although I have done like pictures on Instagram like showing you what I used and stuff and just kind of giving my thoughts on those. But yeah, I really got excited. I knew that was going to happen. My alarm for 11, but I got up like 2 hours before. So I super excited when the Disney Princess collection dropped. My friend Alice was like, this is not a drill, it's here. Or did she do that for? Anyway, she's like my go-to person for reminding me when Revolution products are dropping at cool collections. And this really got me excited because I got a few things from the Colourpop collection when they did the Disney one, so I wanted to kind of see if it was on par with that. Although in saying that, I think I only got like a lipstick from there, so I can't really compare because these are like eyeshadows and like face products. But anyway, let's jump into it. Before we get into the actual Disney Princess stuff, I wanted to say that I really saw this cute collection. It's like a Christmas thing, so I thought, let me get a little Christmas present. The idea is to give half to yourself and half to your friends, so I've got a friend that I'm going to give to half to, and they've already chosen which one they want, and that is the Best Friends Break Hearts collection. It's so cute. It comes with, it says here, this set is designed for sharing with the other heartbreaker in your life, or for keeping and having twice the fun, and includes 2 lip glosses, 2 heartbreaker eyeshadow palettes, and 2 stunning highlighters. So you can see a little bit here. So I'll be keeping the peach one and she'll be getting the pink one per her preference, which really worked out for me actually because I was gravitating towards the peach one anyway. So I won't open these because I think I'm going to save myself a treat of opening it on Christmas, and then obviously I can't open the other one because it's for my friend. But yeah, this was a good deal. I think it was like maybe £15, and it comes quite sturdy together, so I'm really happy with that. And they're the like little mini 9-pan palettes. Yeah, it looks really cute. So on to the Disney collection. I just picked up 3 things from that. I absolutely love when they give you these like the little cards. I think it's so sweet. It gives you some information. The only thing that I would like is that it gives you the prices on the side, because it just makes it easier for if I decide to do like this kind of video, because I'm not the one to kind of pull up prices. I'm just lazy in that way. So let's start off with Tiana. I got the eyeshadow and face palette here, and oh, it's upside down. It kind of reminds me of like a VHS tape, but it's more like, it's supposed to be like a book opening it, which is cute. And I got the highlighter as well. So I'm going to swatch the highlighter because in the video where I show, because in the clips where I show trying on the products, I don't use this highlighter because I found one that worked nicely in the palette. But it's called Real Dreams Come True, and this is the kind of packaging that they use for the Nightmare Before Christmas collection. At first I kind of liked it, but I think it's just very bulky and a little bit awkward to store. It's nice for packaging, but I don't really know why. I don't really get the vibe. It's got a magnetic closure. It is nice, but I just think it's a bit too bulky for what like the product you're getting, you know. So yeah, there's that. And they're also awkward to open because you have to dig your finger in to lift up the sticky tab, and there's always a risk of digging in the product. So it's, I think it's another baked product. It looks like all the face products in here are baked, which I kind of like. It's like a smoother, well, should be more pigmented, and this one certainly is consistency. So it's like a straight up golden highlight, and definitely can use that for an eyeshadow as well because that is intense. Let me see how it blends out. Okay, so maybe be careful. Oh no, I think it's just the light coming from my window, but it does blend out really nice into a sheer golden shimmer. It does look shimmery but not overly sparkly, so beware for what you prefer in terms of, you know, the texture on your face and stuff like that, but it is really pretty. And I'm glad I got that one. That's the only one that I was really interested in. I know it would work more on my skin because I think it is aimed at a darker complexion because the character Tiana is a darker complexion. And then as for the Princess and the Frog palette, this is also just says Real Dreams Come True. I think that's what the highlighter said as well. So it comes in a box which is pretty much the same as the cover here. This is how it looks. Spine, absolutely gorgeous. I should probably just put it on my bookshelf actually. And then inside here you get 3 blushes and 3 highlighters, and I think they're really stunning. I really want to use these 2 because I think I used that one. I think I used Promise in the video. The selection of colours I feel really work from it. Works for the colour story of the film. I haven't seen the film yet, but just I know it's been so long and I haven't seen it. What am I doing with my life? But I feel like it just matches perfectly with some of the characters, like the costumes and clothing that they wear and just the overall vibe. So I think it's really, really beautiful, and so far these are really working for my shades. Very bright for my tone. Very bright pigment, high pigment. Really like it, it's beautiful. And then the palette that I've actually just finished putting on my eyes now is Belle. She is one of my favourite princesses. They only had Cinderella, Belle and Tiana, I think. I don't think they had any others, so I wonder if they're gonna slowly release more of the other princess stuff, because I'd love an Ariel one. So again, it's the same situation of the packaging matching the box that it comes in, and again you open it and it's got face products on this side, eyeshadows on this side. I'll let you wait to the little clip where I do the makeup video for my thoughts on this, but here are they're like bronzers. Well, I feel like that could be a bronzer for some people, and blushes, and then the highlighters are here, and then you've got of course all the eyeshadows over here. Again, obviously with these things you can use whatever you want, where you want. Like you can use these on the eyes, or I'm sure you can find a way if you're into like special effects makeup, whatever, using them on the face or whatever you prefer. But that is a nice layout. So that is it for the haul portion of this video. Let's go into the looks that I created with these palettes. So just a little overlay for what I have been using for the Disney Princess and the Frog I Heart Revolution palette. For the cheeks, I didn't do anything too crazy. I didn't do any contour. I kind of thought maybe there was a contour bronzer in here, but a lot of the shades are very shimmery, so I would just use them as highlights. And the blushes, although deep, I think could look a bit silly in the sockets, like the hollows of your cheeks. So I just went straight in with a blush, which is Promise, which is beautiful. It's like a rosy sort of mauvey colour, which maybe could be used as a contour, but again I think it would be a bit too pinky. And then I went on top of that, just on the sort of high points of my cheeks, with a Kidanza. I've still yet to see the Princess of the Frog. I know I'm terrible, so I might be saying these completely wrong, but yeah, very impressed with the colour of both of these, and the intensity of the highlight is kind of like lit from within, but I think you could layer it up and go really like over the top with it. So I'll be excited to see how intense the other shades are. And then for the eyes, if I can remember correctly, I went straight in with Gumbo, which is kind of a similar shade to Promise, the cheek, the colour that I used on the cheek, but more of a muted sort of brownier tone. What else did I use? This is difficult. I think I then went to the lower lash line with Naveen. I've literally just done this and I'm trying to remember what I did. I didn't realise I was going to do this voiceover thing. I went underneath with Naveen on the lower lash line, and then deepened the edges of that with Witch Doctor, and then carried that up through to the crease to make that a little bit more deep. Then went into Shadow Man. I was a little bit underwhelmed with this colour, packing it on with a brush. It just wasn't translating as rich and as, not necessarily shimmery, because it doesn't look incredibly shimmery in the pan, but just not as intense as I was hoping. But when I packed it on with my finger, it looked a bit better. Again, there's been other like Makeup Revolution and the sister brands shimmers that have looked better, but I don't know if I just sort of ruined it by going straight in with the brush and it didn't give me the intensity I wanted. But it is a very pretty colour. I'll be working with the other shimmers and see what kind of effect that they give. And then I went in with Evangeline on the inner corner, and I think that's all the colours I used. I really like this. It's like a lime yellowy green sort of shade, and it's a lovely pop in amongst all the purples. I think they're a really nice contrasting colour, and I think definitely sets the theme of Tiana's story in The Princess and the Frog. It just seems very green and gold-esque, and like the purples in it just really add something, because I think I don't know if he's a villain character, but I remember there's this dude, is it Professor something? I don't know. Is it the Witch Doctor? Yeah, probably the Witch Doctor, which is one of the shades I use. Is very purpley in his sort of character colours. So yeah, that's what I use, and I generally am quite happy with this palette. Looking forward to playing with it some more.
I'm sorry that I stole your car. Ain't got those tattoos on my arms that don't mean shit to me. Maybe you should pull the alarm, so I don't take it way too far. Die before I'm 23. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Mom. My siblings are perfect and I wish I were the same. Making bad decisions, it should be my middle name. I love playing with fire, it's my favorite. Watch it burn my whole house down, not feel a thing. One look in the mirror, don't like what I find. I know that somewhere in there there's a good guy, but he runs away at midnight. I'm sorry that I stole your car. Ain't got those tattoos on my arms that don't mean shit to me. Maybe you should pull the alarm, so I don't take it way too far. Die before I'm 23. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Mom.
Well, this is what happens when I'm out of my
Medicine, there's collateral damage, I gotta go.
I'm sorry that I stole your car.
So unfortunately, coming up after the Tiana palette, I felt like this palette was more of a underwhelming experience. And I mean, it kind of makes sense because although Belle's like one of my favourite princesses, I feel like she is the less glamorous of them. Of course, she's a bookworm. She's not caring about external beauty. She loves just being a bit of an introvert and tucking away with good books. So I get it. It's more of a neutral kind of colour palette with some pops of colours, which I guess symbolises when she's having some meals with the beast and stuff. But it is generally quite a dainty, delicate, barely any there kind of makeup look. So I tried my best to kind of use the bolder colours and also try to be different from the palette sort of shades that I chose for the last look. But yeah, I just found the blushes weren't as good and the highlighters weren't as good as the other palette. I used Maurice in my sort of like trying to do a contour, but it doesn't really show up much on my skin. It's a bit ashy, so I really don't know what I'd use that for. I don't think I'd go for that sort of tone as an eyeshadow at all. And I thought out of the two blushes, something there would show up more, so I went kind of ham. It's more of a subtle blush, so I feel like it's great for beginners because you can't go overboard pretty quickly. So I did sort of pile it on just to get a little bit of a hue, and even still it does look a little bit barely there, but I think it's quite pretty. It's just not as high intensity as the other blush I used from the different palette. And then I used Tale as Old as Time as my highlighter, and it is just more of like a gentle sheen. I think before I said in Tiana's palette that it does look like a glow lit from within, but this is definitely more of that sort of vibe because it is very, very natural. Actually, I kind of tried to go ham with it, and it is, you can't really mess up with it. It's very gentle. So I guess, yeah, it's good in that sense because it's not as pigmented, I would say, or they're more muted tones so that you can't go too crazy. But generally, for my taste, it's a little bit underwhelming. And then the same real faults with the eyeshadows. I just dusted Mrs. Potts all over, which is that beige kind of shade just up the underneath the brow bone to make a little bit of lightness. Then I went in with Library in the crease. It doesn't have too many crease colours, and as I say, I tried to stay away from those rosier hues because I used that last time. So I went with Library, which is a very neutral beigey grey colour shade, and these aren't cool. I don't really go for cool tones or neutrals, but yeah, it didn't really do much for my eye creases. I think it just didn't really show much up on my skin. And then I tried to deepen it with grey stuff, and it was just going a bit weird. I'm not really that kind of vibe, to be honest. Maybe I should have gone for the Cinderella one, but I love Belle, so I went to go for Belle. What else did I use after that? I think I went into Enchantress because I was like, okay, we're gonna have to go bold and dark and the blue-green spectrum, and I really liked how that came out. I did find it a little bit stubborn to sort of make a shape with it and blend it out, just because I didn't have the sort of tones and the opacity in the crease, so I just found it difficult to work into it. And then I did Spell on top, like in the inner third or the inner half of the eye, which I think they complement each other really, really nice. It looks like a kind of nice, whimsical kind of smoky club makeup if Belle was to do that kind of vibe. And then lastly, I topped it off with Magic Mirror on the inner corner, which I really did like actually. I think that's a beautiful white silver pop of colour, which is perfect for bringing some attention into the inner portion of the eye. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the other colours and I think I really loved Spell and I loved Enchantress, but I'm really looking at the rose shades, the chip shade, which is that orange colour, and Belle, that matte light blue. So I think I might like those colours more. The colours I use today, generally like the crease colours and stuff, they're just a bit bland for me. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy I've got this. It's going to look beautiful. I'm going to have to try and display these, I think, because they look really lovely. And you know, it's fitting with my vibe. I do like book and beauty stuff, and this is a book looking aesthetic but with beauty stuff inside, so I love that. So yeah, let's go to the outro of the video.
Know that somewhere in there there's a good guy, but he runs away at midnight. I'm sorry that I stole your car. Ain't got those tattoos on my arms that don't mean shit to me. Maybe you should pull the alarm, so I don't take it way too far to die before I'm 23. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Mom. My siblings are perfect and I wish I were the same. Making bad decisions, it should be my middle name. I love playing with fire, it's my favorite. Watch it burn my whole house down, not feel a thing. One look in the mirror, don't like what I find. I know that somewhere in there there's a good guy, but he runs away at midnight. I'm sorry that I stole your car. Ain't got those tattoos on my arms.
So that's it. That is my thoughts on the Disney Collection Drop new release that has recently come out, as well as a little show and tell of some of the Christmas goodies that they have coming out at the moment. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you got any other palettes or what palette you chose, if you've been enjoying it, and what you think as well of these weird shape boxes for the highlighters. I'm not sure if I'm vibing with them anymore, to be honest. It's just a bit bulky for me. And yeah, and I'll speak to you in another video soon. Bye. Oh guys, you can't even see my Animal Crossing top. Wow, that was really fast. I feel like I want to tie-dye it. We shall see what the spring months provide. Bye.